Community Viewpoint.
And welcome once again to Community Viewpoint. I'm John Pawlak, your host for this segment, and we are in day 21, 22 of the shutdown. For we may talk about the national parks again at the end of the program because that doesn't sit well with me.
Nor me.
Or yes, I have with me Tony Kazay from the Shoshone Museum, and you've been there, right? If you haven't, you better go there. Yes. Shoshone, California, our nearest neighbor to the west, and closest place to get lotto tickets.
That's right.
Yes, but not gasoline necessarily.
Oh, no, it's available.
I know. But Tony's going to be telling us a little bit about a special video presentation about the Native American women from the Tembisha tribe, Shoshone, down in Death Valley.
Well, I'd kind of like to invite everyone. We're having a screening of an excellently produced documentary called Women in the Sand, and it is about the Tembisha Shoshone elders, the women, Pauline and Maddie Esteves, who have been there. Well, they're in their 90s. They've been there the whole time through all the national monument status, national park status. They lost their homelands. They fought and got their homeland back. A lot of different changes and all the things that they've been through. So the film talks a lot about that. They tell their own stories. They're both very glib, and it's a wonderful documentary. It's narrated by James Edward Olmos, who is...
It's Admiral Adama from Battlestar Galactica,
That's right.
If you can't remember his name.
That's right, and so you'll recognize the voice.
Yes.
It's an award-winning documentary.
Yeah.
It watches like a movie, and I think everybody will be very interested in it.
And you're going to be showing that?
We're going to be showing it this month, January 26th, at 3 o'clock in the Flower Building in Shoshone, which is a couple doors down from the museum. Everything in Shoshone pretty much located on the main drag, Highway 127. We're across from the store where you buy the lotto tickets. So.
And there's the Crowbar, the wonderful Crowbar with the great food.
Yes, come early, have lunch.
Yes. So this is going to, how long of the video is that?
It's about 73 minutes, so
it's
an
a
hour
regular
and a half.
movie, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the museum, and that's a really good colored shot.
That is.
Yes. I think that might be augmented a little bit. But it does look very good, and there's so much to do and see within the museum also. But before we talk about that, let's talk about the video again. We have a little clip.
Okay.
That's a couple of minutes long. Let's look at that so what you could see what the video is about with the ladies from the tribe. Now you'll roll that.
Like the beat of your heart, Mother Earth sends out a healing tone that hits your body and soul. It moves around inside of you. It has to be in the flow of life.
This is the hottest place on earth, Death Valley, California, homeland to the ancient Tembisha Shoshone people.
They talked about, the snotty-nosed kids, running around, and I was one of them.
Pauline Esteves is a world-class Native American activist.
When she spoke out from her heart to the people, and she was a real good speaker.
Maddie Esteves, Pauline's sister-in-law, is one of the last Tembisha basket makers alive today. These two women and a few other tenacious elders are direct descendants of the original Tembisha people who lived here more than 1,000 years ago. They have struggled for decades to save their arts and culture.
I think it's important to have people do basket work because it's going to be lost if you don't keep it up. just like our language.
They were neglected by the Bureau of Indian Affairs and punished by the U.S. Park Service.
They tried to get rid of us. That's why they put us in the sand.
Nearby nuclear bomb testing poisoned their ancient homelands. Even their own tribal government has mistreated them. They refuse to give up, but time is not on their side.
And there it said Edward James Amos? Almost, yes,
Yes.
almost. But so that's over 70 minutes long. So in the Flower Building, and that'll be on the, what date, the 26th?
January 26th, Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock. There'll be time for a Q&A afterwards. Hopefully, Pauline and her sister Maddie will be there.
Oh, interesting.
Or at least some of the people involved in the documentary, so they'll be there to answer questions for a Q&A, so that'll be nice.
And James won't be there, though.
I
don't
can't
think-
guarantee his attendance, but you never know.
I know, you'll have some weird people.
You never know.
Yes. So the museum itself, there's a great deal of history over there from dinosaur ages until the present. So what are some
There's
of
a
the displays?
lot of history in our area, and by the way, we are one of the official visitor centers for the Death Valley area. And some of our displays include a woolly mammoth, who was a local boy, dug up right in the area down the road, just a mile or two. We're very proud of that. We have our whole back wing of the museum was built for that display. We have a lot of natural history, mining history, and one of the things that we're very proud of is history of women in the area. A lot of strong women come from our area.
There's a female vortex that people talk
It's
about.
a feminine vortex, a lot
Yes.
of feminine energy in the area, yes, and a lot of good information about the founding people, the Browns, and beyond.
If you drive out there, there's is the Charlie Brown Highway? No,
Yes,
right?
the Charles Brown Highway, yes.
Yes.
And we also have a lot of eco features in Shoshone. We have the Pupfish Pond, where they have brought the pupfish back from the edge of extinction. And that's just a wonderfully beautiful and serene spot. We go up there and have our writers group, our painting group. School kids go up there. It's
Very
really
peaceful, yes.
There's a boardwalk lined with trees. You can go around it, and that's just lovely.
Yes.
There's birding trails all the way around Shoshone, and we have maps available in the museum for those.
And you have hikes different times during the year?
Yep.
Len the Birdman takes them?
Len the Birdman takes them, or you can do a self-guided tour. They're very well delineated. You can see where you're going. So. And then in the museum, we frequently have visiting authors who come and do talks. And we recently had Stephen Halteman come and tell us about the death queue. So if you're interested in a through hike, an 800-plus mile through hike around Death Valley on abandoned railroad beds,
Oh, okay.
then go to Amazon and look up the death queue, or come to the museum and buy the book. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. It was an excellent talk, and we look forward to many more visiting authors. We've had quite a few in the past, and the Tecopa Shoshone Writers Group is now under the umbrella of the Shoshone Museum. So we look forward to having a lot more events together, and it's an exciting time. Things are really cooking in Shoshone.
You have quite an extensive collection of books and literature there of the area.
Yes.
So if you're an avid reader, geology, history, they have a great deal of books over there.
Yeah, we have, yes, like you said, from geology to the Wild West to modern day, Native Americans, all kinds of literature, cookbooks, you name it. Great gift shop.
And also across the street, there is Dublin Gulch.
Dublin Gulch, which were caves that the retired miners dug out of the side of cliffs and actually lived in quite comfortably. They even had high tea in the afternoon with their silver service.
Yeah, so a lot of stories, a lot of history there. And there's an old cemetery, an active one, because I was there for the last burial.
Yes,
A good friend of ours. But a great deal of history over there. A wonderful little town. And it's only 35, 40 minutes away, depending how fast you drive.
Beautiful drive too.
Oh, it
there.
is,
Yeah.
yes. And anything else for the what are the hours?
Well, the museum is open from 9 to 3, except for Thursday and Friday when it's open 9 to 5.
Okay.
It's open 7 days a week.
Is it now?
We live
Wow.
to serve and answer questions, so please come in and see us, and we'll try to answer any questions you might have about the area.
Mm-hmm.
Shoshone and Pahrump share, there's a lot of shared history, of course.
Mm-hmm.
From what I understand, before Pahrump was a town, everyone went to Shoshone to buy their food and groceries and attend school from
School
this
in
area.
Tecopa, yeah.
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 So now things are a little bit reversed, but
Yeah.
anyway, you could spend a day or a week in
Mm-hmm.
Shoshone hiking and taking the birding trails and visiting our library in the museum, and there's dining. It's a great day trip.
There's a small motel there too.
There's a lovely motel that's just been remodeled.
Yes.
There's a beautiful RV park with tall
Oh
trees
my
and
goodness,
grass.
yes. And they have an outdoor
There's an outdoor
pool
mineral pool that goes with the
that's-
RV park
right, it's-
or the motel.
that has the water from the mineral springs.
Oh, some of the finest water in the world.
Yes.
Good soaking.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, once again, this is the 26th of this month at the Flower Building. You can't miss it because it's the green building with flowers all over it.
Right.
So,
Yes. Please join us.
Yes.
Please join us.
and I think that we've covered what we needed to with that. And also that I was going to mention also, we're in our third week of the shutdown for the national parks. People come through Shoshone on the way to Death Valley.
Yeah.
And our last two shows dealt with the national parks and cleaning them up. We had the executive director from the Death Valley Natural History Association here telling us about what's open and what's not open. Things are closing slowly but surely because they're getting filled and abused, and there's not enough people to take care of them. The other lady that was here, my friend Faith, she has a web page a Facebook page called Clean Up Pahrump, and she's going to bring a bunch of us Pahrumpians out to Death Valley. They'll be there by the time you see this show. They'll be cleaning up areas over there at Death Valley. So this is great kudos to them to do that, to go out of their way to Death Valley to clean up the area. So please don't be like a lot of the folks in Joshua Tree, because there's some horror stories from that. So leave no trace camping, do that.
I would suggest that you don't camp at Death Valley right now. From what I understand, all the national park campgrounds are now closed.
Yes.
They were open, but there were no facilities for people, so it was kind of bad. And yeah.
So Tony, thank you very much for taking
Thank you,
time to
John.
be with us today.
It's a pleasure.
And we'll see you hopefully in Shoshone.
Hopefully.
Community Viewpoint.